Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm doing I'm just jumped in the office here for a little bit. I've been kind of doing some vacay this week, so we haven't had a live room, as you guys know. Um, but a couple things in markets this morning. You got the euro back down at the cycle lows. We've been talking about this for a while. Really a nice daily and weekly cycle going on. So I've covered a lot of my core euro short here. Notice how this daily cycle is low. Sorry, I gotta get myself out of the way. Um, But look at this ebb and flow, guys. I mean, lows here, January, rally to a high, right with this cycle. This stochastic's done a great job. So we had two BCIs for those of you guys that know what that looks like. There's a BCI right here, marks the middle of that move. And we on the downside, we had another BCI basically marking the middle of this move. So you're coming back into location where we could easily see a bounce. We could also break to a new low. So I'm still staying core short, but this is an opportunity to take advantage of coming out of dollar longs and covering, taking profits on euro shorts. Now, the other side of that trade, as you guys know, the pairs trade we like to do is being long gold. So you get dollar down, or sorry, euro down, right? Dollar up. So we've got dollar up. Maybe it's easier to visualize if you look at the index, right? Dollar up. Gold doesn't like that. Plus, you've also had rates kind of sideways today. I wouldn't say that rates have been higher, which typically gold doesn't like rates higher. Yields have been going the other way. We've been long tens. I'll talk about those in a second. So we were actually booking profits up here at 1320 and higher, and now I actually want to start to nibble back. But you do need to be a little bit patient because look at this daily cycle, guys, on gold. So maybe you start with the E-minis. Maybe you just buy a couple calls, call ratio spread. But I am going to nibble here. But then my plan is I want a deeper pullback back here towards 1280, 1290, 12 and 3/4. We've talked about is where our pie cycle is. So that's the level I really want to buy back here, 12, 1280, 12 and 3/4. And then when we look at tens, I was talking to you guys earlier in the week. You got to be booking profits up here. All right. Treasury's been very bullish. Yields are starting to break down again. Whether you're looking at price breaking out, tens are starting to break out above 123.05 a couple weeks ago. But this is getting back to the top of the range. So this is an area where you got to book some. And I still like bonds on pullbacks. But these are levels where we got to take some profits, all right? You're back at the 200 on the weekly. You got pie up here on the weekly also, so I think that makes sense to book some for sure. And other than that, I'm not doing much in equities. I still like playing the Russell short on the short side. And then I think if, S&Ps get knocked down enough, there's still actually bullish trend intermediate term. I will say about the Russell here, you're clearly making lower highs as we roll off the top, and now we actually have lower lows. So we had a really good signal. We were buying March puts back here to end the month of February. We covered the lows. It was beautiful covers we had. All right, all signal in real time. And then we came back here and I didn't signal short until basically the high of this move. We bought some June puts. You can see here we're adding the futures, and then I sold some futures short again on the Russell yesterday. So I'm playing the Russell short, and then on the long side, I'm okay with buying the NASDAQ still. You had a topping tail here up here on the weekly, but we still have a lot to do as far as breaking down the intermediate term. That's still intermediate term bullish. And then the same thing with S&Ps. The nice part about being long S&Ps on dips against something that you're short like the Russell is you can also buy calls on the VIX to hedge your S&P long. So we've been doing that also as well. I like the VIX to load up on some calls again closer to 12 or 13 handle. And then it was the right thing to do to come out of these calls at 16, 17. So we're a little bit in the middle of the range here at 15. So not a whole lot to do on the VIX unless you're kind of trying to hedge your longs and S&Ps. That said, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll catch up with some of you on the chat a little bit later.